Would you like to learn how to shoot videos like this? If so, stick around. I'm going to take you on a trip and walk you through the whole process. Hello, how you doing today? Welcome to Halifax. Today, I have a very simple plan. I'm going to go walk down the waterfront and I'm going to try to get some moving hyperlapses, and I'll teach you about it as we go. And hopefully by the end you'll be able to get a good hyperlapse video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, follow along for more, and we'll see you down on the waterfront. Alright, I think I found a good subject here. Let me flip you around. You'll see that sea. So what we're going to do is, see if I can do this with one hand. We're going to put the camera into movie mode. We're going to go to the menu, and on shooting 3, we're going to go and enable the hyperlapse, and we're going to use scene 1 because we want that 2-second interval. Let me flip you around again. Oh, and you want to keep it on fixed first frame, I think. That way it'll stay, the exposure will stay fixed throughout your whole shot. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull the camera strap tight around my neck. We are going to focus on that C in the center of frame there, and we're going to walk toward it. I'm not going to be able to film this because I'm only one person, but I'm not even sure what I'm going to do exactly, but I'll figure something out that'll hopefully work out. Anyway, I'm going to take my first attempt and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll recreate it after I do it or something. It'll make me look silly, but I don't care about looking silly. Okay, so I just ran into one little problem there that I didn't really think about. Let me flip you around again. You see where the sun goes to shade? I started in the shade, therefore when I got to here we were way overexposed because of the fixed first frame. So I think I might do it again and start in the sunlight and see how that works out. It is just a glorious day here. Just glorious. Alright, this time we're going to start in the sun. It's going to dramatically cut down how many photos that we get from here to there, but it still should look pretty cool. While I'm here, let me show you these murals. Let me flip you around. So if you're ever here on the waterfront, make sure you keep an eye out for these murals because they are cool. We're down by Purdy's Wharf, in between Purdy's Wharf and historic properties. All right, let me give that another shot, and I'll post the results. Hey, Future Shane here again. So before we continue here, I want to tell you a couple things about what's going on. I forgot to shoot a narration while I was in the city. So basically what I did next was right beside that Canada sign, the ferry path goes from Halifax to Alderney Landing in Dartmouth, sorry, downtown Dartmouth. So I stood up against a pole with my back to the pole, and I turned my body to the ferry as it was leaving the terminal. That's important. And I took a hyperlapse and I followed it carefully. You'll see in the hyperlapse that I screwed up a couple of the pictures quite obviously, so it didn't turn out perfect. But the exposure was perfect because you stayed fixed in one spot, so it's kind of like cheating. But yeah, overall it turned out a lot better in my opinion. I'll show you that right now. After that, we continued down the waterfront basically until we get to this spot called the Muir, I believe. I believe that's what we're calling it, I think. Anyway, it's basically like a brand new luxury condo type situation with this kind of like, how do I put this? Permanent art installation, but not really. It's not really an art installation. It's like, I believe it's, I have no idea what it is. I'm just going to be completely upfront with you. It's basically a set of stairs that just goes to nowhere and you can look over the harbor. It's really pretty. But anyway, as I got to the top of it, I noticed at the bottom that there was these statues. So I thought it might be cool if I could do a hyperlapse at one of those statues, and I think it turned out to be the best one overall. Again, with the exposure, the lighting was very uniform throughout the whole space, so it worked out really good. I had one other thing to tell you too. Okay, it came to me. So one thing that I want to warn you guys about if you're trying to do this hyperlapse effect is before you start, with the whole process, and I've seen this on every video that I watched and I just disregarded it. The most important part is knowing your path beforehand and making sure that your path is clear beforehand. So after I was done at the waterfront, I took a stroll up towards City Hall Province House. I really wanted to see if I could do something with the clock tower, but I couldn't figure out something to do. So I went to Province House instead, and I ended up getting this footage. And you'll see in the center of it, in the middle of it, I had to go over like a snow-packed spot, so I had to jump over a snowbank, and I tripped a couple times, and I saved it pretty well, but you can tell that there's a couple of serious problems with it. So again, the most important part is having a clear path, knowing your path, and hitting that path. And also, one thing I didn't mention when I said about the camera strap part is you want to keep the camera at the same height every time. So if it's at your chin level or whatever and the strap is tight, just keep that in mind when you're doing it and don't move up and down a whole bunch, or else your footage is going to be all jumbled. And basically, I think that's pretty much going to do it for the video. I take you through the stabilization part of what I did in DaVinci Resolve, but it's so uninvolved and simple that I just don't really think that it's worth adding. If you guys would like to see that in a separate video, I'd be happy to do it for you. I can probably take care of it in a short, to be honest with you. It's very, very simple. And I just use trial and error to get these with the stabilization in the inspector in DaVinci Resolve. So basically, there's the video. And other than that, guys, if you have enjoyed watching this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment at me what hyperlapse was your favorite, or if you'd like what you'd like to see in the future from me. And I'd really, really appreciate that. And until next time, peace.